winding road, no telling where it goes.
This video is going to be about a trip that we took up to Goodale State Park in Kershaw County, just outside of Camden, a little bit on the east side of Camden. A little history on the facility. In 1955, there was a group of folks from Camden that convinced Kershaw County that they needed to acquire about 2,000 acres in order to try and preserve Mother Nature. They wanted to try and preserve the natural beauty of the land, so they created Kershaw County Park. The commissioner of that recreational facility was N.R. Goodale. In 1973, the county gave 763 acres of that property over to the state to create a state park, and they named it N.R. Goodale State Park. The signature thing about this particular park is the pond. It is a Civil War era pond that was built as a mill pond. So it's about 140 acres. Because it was a mill pond, it was fairly shallow, and the area is a very flat area, so it's not a very deep pond. And because of that, there's a lot of cypress trees that grow out through the pond. They actually have created a kayaking trail through the cypress trees. It's about a 3.5 mile trail. So if you're a kayaker, it's a great opportunity to get out, put the boat in the water, and spend an afternoon enjoying Mother Nature in the cypress trees. There's also a 1.7 mile hike on a trail, kind of on the north side of the pond, or maybe the west side, kind of northwest, that goes through a pine forest. So you can kind of see the ecology and what is in the area of the pine forest. And then the trail that we walked was basically the dam of the pond. It's rained a lot here in South Carolina recently. We went, it was the third week in February, and we got home and the gentleman on the news said that we've had 13 inches of rain so far this month. So it was really wet. The lawn coming toward the pond was muddy. We were a little nervous about the pine trail, talking to the ranger, so we decided to kind of stick up to the high elevation along the dam. There's also some places along that dam where they've kind of cleared out and put little railroad ties that you could sit and do some fishing. I did see quite a few folks fishing in the pond where they put their own john boats in, and we're doing some fishing in the pond. So that's another recreational activity that can be done there. The ranger station and store is in the main building just off the pond. It's only open from 11 to 12, so you got to be there just the right time to get in. They do have some information about the park, about the trails, some t-shirts and some other things. Talking to the ranger, this facility is actually managed out of Sesquicentennial State Park in Columbia, so there's not a full-time manager there, but there is a ranger usually around. All in all, it's a beautiful piece of property. Unfortunately, I kind of think that the state, or for whatever reason, this particular park has seen its better days. It's starting to show its age. I think, like a lot of things, the facilities that get used the most get most of the resources. And besides the pond and the couple of trails, there's not a lot of other things to do at Goodale State Park. So I think that those resources are going elsewhere. And I hope that this park can get some more use so that we can see these resources come back into the state park. The area is beautiful. While we were there, we went downtown Historic Camden. Downtown Camden is beautiful. We ate at a place called the Loopy Lemon. We were introduced to the Loopy Lemon a couple years ago, and they had a food truck, and they came to Sumter, and we got to meet them, and my wife just loved their food. So they've opened a place in Camden. We went and checked it out. It's very eclectic. It's really kind of a fun place. Their food is all fresh. It's made right there on the premises. No canned anything. Nothing frozen. It's all fresh, healthy food. My wife got a pimento cheese BLT. I got a chicken salad sandwich. Both of them fantastic. The kids got quesadillas. But you think, oh, quesadilla is pretty standard. Not these. The quesadilla itself was a pretty standard quesadilla, but they have an avocado dip that was unbelievable. I don't know how you get so much flavor out of avocado and whatever else they put in it, but it was fantastic. So really enjoyed the Loopy Lemon. And then, of course, downtown Camden, all the charm, the historic buildings, the antique shops. Camden is a really neat place to visit. And then finally, if you're going to be in Camden, you might as well go check out the Revolutionary War site in 1870. My dates mixed up. 1870, after the British had taken Charleston, they came up and took Camden. Camden was a very important trade route where two different trade routes crossed, one coming from Savannah and one coming from Charleston on the way up toward Charlotte. So they were able to take Camden with a pretty nasty battle in August of 1870. So there's actually two sites. There is the battlefield site north of Camden. I think it's about 4 or 5 miles north of Camden. They have the battlefield site. And then they have the Revolutionary War Museum is just south of downtown, where they have kind of an outdoor walking museum. There's a number of buildings that are from the era of the Revolutionary War. We actually weren't able to go there. There's a huge construction project going on right now, and so there was a lot of things were kind of closed and construction stuff going on, and we were kind of limited in time, so we didn't have time to try and figure that out. But it's definitely on our list. Be looking for another video down the road at some point of us, once they finish the construction, of going out and checking out the Camden Revolutionary War site. All in all, it's always a great day to be able to go to Camden. If you're a kayaker, please go check out Goodale State Park. We really need to use these resources and let people know that we love them and we want them to be taken care of. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider subscribing and hit the like button. That way we can continue doing this and know that you appreciate the videos that we're making. Thank you much.
Even if the sky is falling down,